Good morning, Sunday Assemblers. Good to have you with us today. My name is Stephen Phelps, one of the Sunday Assembly members here. And you know, as I was preparing for this virtual meeting today, and some of the benefits of comedy, I was kind of looking around the internet, and I stumbled upon this guy. He's a Christian comedian. His name is Tim Hawkins. And so I listened to a little bit about him, and he was telling the story of how there are now some atheist megachurches springing up across the United States. And that brought to his mind, well, what would you sing in an atheist megachurch? And so he gave a couple of ideas what might go on there. Here was one of them. I thought this was great. Shout to the void, all the earth, let us sing. Power and majesty, praise to nothing. I said it's pretty good. I like this guy already. And he did this one. No one loves the little children, all the children of the world. I said, that guy's good. I watched a little bit more. He really is a funny guy. But it made me think, he's right. What do you sing if you have a group much like ours, where we're not really into the supernatural thing at all? And then I even thought about that Steve Martin song. He hit it right on the head. Atheists don't have no songs. That went over great when we did it, by the way, in the assembly. But I'm thinking, okay, I gotta put an end to this. I've got to come up with a song that we can use like our own praise and worship song for Sunday assemblers. So this is what I came up with. I hope you enjoy it. When I look at the stars above, their majesty beyond compare, I get a feeling of peace and love, and I wish you were out there. My heart is filled with wonder, wondering where you might be, and in the spell that I'm under, I realize you are the none for me, and you are the none. You are the only none. I wanna lift up your name, but you don't have one. Precious none, I wanna sing your praise, but I could exalt you till I'm blue in the face, and my words would echo through empty space ad infinitum. 'Cause you are the none. Starting to feel it. Help me out, Georgia. When I'm weak and so blue, crying out for strength and compassion, I can count on you be missing in action. Everything I hope for, everything I need, you leave me out on the ropes for. This life is all up to me and me, because you are the none. You are the only none. I wanna lift up your name, but you don't have one. Oh, my non-existent king, you are the master of all of nothing. Let the hollow hallelujahs ring. To not anyone. Take it to the bridge now. None you are perfect, none you are great. There is nothing that you can do. There is no other none I could ever create who is nothing at all like you. Whoa, whoa, whoa. You are the none. Yeah, you are the only none. I wanna lift up your name, but you don't have one. You are my nil, my blessed zero, beautiful nada, my Zippo hero. I know forever you will always be no one. 'Cause you are the none. Oh, you are the none. None, 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 none. Thank you so much. Pass the offering plate.
So, why does Snoop Dogg use an umbrella? Faux drizzle, my shizzle.
Aw.
Hi, I'm Josh Brown. I'm your host this morning. And welcome to my world. And welcome to Sunday Assembly Nashville. Woo! Just a quick side note. If you are watching us live on YouTube, you are invited to switch over to our Zoom meeting to get a bit closer to the experience of Sunday Assembly with other people. Even though, most of the audio from our other audience members will be muted, the Zoom text chat will be more than active. And also, we'll be having a Q&A with our speaker later. And that the questions will be posted through the Zoom chat there. So if you are at all interested in switching over, if you're not there already, you can go straight to SundayAssemblyNashville.com. Once you're there, you can go to the upper right hand corner to the menu. There'll be a drop down. You can go to the About section, and in the About section there should be a Zoom how-to section, and the link to the Zoom meeting will be in that section. So, if you were with us during the countdown, we had a little poll up. So why did the Sunday Assembler cross the road? And we have a few options there now. So we had, things like, why did the Assembler cross the road? Because they wondered what more was on the other side. To say hi to Josh. They were trying their best to help often. Definitely a mission of ours. To be one with the chicken. Yes. One with the chicken. And you can see the other responses there. Just kind of a little fun lead up during the countdown. So, if you are watching this for the first time, Sunday Assembly is a secular congregation that celebrates life. Our motto is live better, help often, and wonder more. Our vision is a Sunday Assembly in every town, city, and village that wants one. Sunday Assembly has no doctrine and no set text. We make use of wisdom from all sources. Sunday Assembly has no deity. We don't do the supernatural, but we won't tell you that you're wrong if you do, even though we might poke fun at it on occasion. Sunday Assembly is radically inclusive. Everyone is welcome regardless of their beliefs. And Sunday Assembly is independent, free from outside sponsorships or promotion. And we have a community mission. We build purpose and provide encouragement so that we may act to be a force for good. And we won't tell you how to live, but we will try to help you do it as well as you can. Because Sunday Assembly is a celebration of the one life that we know that we have. So today's theme is laughter, which our speaker for today will be touching on regarding whether it really is still the best medicine. Now, speaking of things to take, the bathrooms are through Jen's craft room. Or if the, what? Scratch that. That does you no good whatsoever. So, before I jump into the meat of my introduction for our program this morning, I've been working on a song. Now, if you were with us when I hosted last year, I was able to work in a song, and I feel like that's kind of starting to become my thing when I host. Even though I might be described as a one-man prison gang, I'm always behind a few bars and looking for the key.
Oh, jeez.
But yeah, yes. This time I promise not to try to sing while simultaneously bawling my eyes out. But anyway, the song's still a little rough, and I want to give you all a little preview. It's called 2020, and it goes something like this. Let's try this again. What I have so far. So, laughter. Something I hope that I have helped produce for you this morning. In a time like the one we're living in, sometimes it's hard to find a reason to laugh. But in my personal experience, one is almost always there if we look for it. You know, for example, the other day I was stuck in a bit of traffic. It wasn't, the best day ever. And the car in front of me was a Mazda Millennia. So like, oh great. I'm going to be stuck in traffic for a Millennia. And so shortly afterward, the Millennia, merged into a different lane. And that's when I realized I was now stuck behind an Infinity.
Heyo.
So, yeah. Laughter can invoke memory. When I was a teenager, my grandparents bought me a subscription to Reader's Digest. And even today, every issue has, humorous columns, or for lack of a better term, and one of them's kind of relevant to today's theme, especially in light of the title of our speaker's talk, but laughter, the best medicine. So it normally has things, funny stories, humorous insights into daily life, quotes from famous comedians. For example, in this month's issue, has a quote from Rodney Dangerfield. He says, "I know I'm ugly. When I open the door on Halloween, the kids give me candy." So now every time that I even see a Reader's Digest, if I'm in checkout at the store and see a Reader's Digest on the rack, I am not only reminded of the smiles that the pages have given me throughout the years, but also of my grandparents and their investment into my life. And then laughter can also have great overarching impact throughout our lives. So one of my and my wife Jen's favorite comedians is Brian Regan. And so he does this bit on how he wasn't the best student in school, and in this particular scenario, his class was, learning how to make words plural. And so the teacher was trying to get Brian to understand, and so she asked Erwin, the class whiz, and so she's like, "Erwin, what's the plural for ox?" And Erwin's like, "Oxen. The farmer used his oxen." Then she asked Brian for the plural for box. He logically goes to boxin'. "I bought 2 boxin' of donuts." So she's like, no, Brian, no. Let's try another one. "Erwin, what's the plural for goose?" "Geese. I saw a flock of geese." So Brian, what's the plural for moose? "Moosin'. I saw a flock of moosin'. There are many of them. Many much moosin'." And so, to kind of try to be cute, one time I told Jen that I loved her many much moosin'. And that led to our claiming the moose as sort of our family animal. If you know us, like we kind of have a well, I don't want to say small, but stuffed moose collection. And at one point, we discovered that the collective plural noun for moose was a tribe. And so we colloquially call our family Tribe Brown Moose. So back in January 2018, Jen hosted Sunday Assembly Nashville. And at that time, she inducted the entirety of SAN into Tribe Brown Moose, since we pretty much consider all of you family. But we're now in October 2020. SAN has grown so much since then. So I think it's time for a new induction ceremony. So I'm going to show you how it works, and then I'll guide you through. So to start with, you take your hands, spread them out to kind of have them look like moose antlers. And you'll bring them to the side of your head. And then you'll go Tribe Brown Moose.
Tribe Brown
Now,
Moose.
if any of you are kind of like me, the first time you ever did this, you did this too hard and like stabbed your head with your thumbs. So let's try not to do that. So, welcome to the induction ceremony for Tribe Brown Moose. Tribe Brown Moose.
Moose.
Yay!
Somebody make an elk noise. Somebody make a moose noise. I don't know what a moose sounds like, so.
So, as the first action as official Tribe Brown Moose members, ask that you please give a warm Tribe Brown Moose welcome as I turn the mic, well, the screen, over to Georgia and Stephen Phelps for our reading.
Thank you, Moose Meister. We appreciate that. We are really getting deep today on our reading. You know, the knock knock is a standard format for the joke. But today's author, poet, has written an extended version of the knock knock joke, which I think transforms it from a trivial offering into a truly, I won't go so far as to say Pulitzer Prize winning candidate, but it's so impressive. Please enjoy today's reading of The Me Who with an Exactly What by Shel Silverstein.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Me.
Me who?
That's right.
What's right?
Me who?
That's what I want to know.
What's what you want to know?
Me who?
Yes, exactly.
Exactly what?
Yes, I have an exactly what on a chain.
Yes, what?
An exactly what?
That's what I want to know.
What do you want to know?
Exactly what?
Yes, exactly what?
Yes, what?
I have an exactly what on a chain.
Exactly what on a chain?
Yes.
Yes, what?
No, exactly what?
That's what I want to know.
I told you exactly what?
Exactly what?
Yes.
Yes, what?
Yes, it's with me.
What's with you?
Exactly what? That's what's with me.
Me who?
Yes.
Go away.
Knock, knock.
Do it.
Thank you.
Hey. Golly.
I have to follow that. Thanks. So at this time, I am honored to introduce our speaker for this morning, Dr. Mac Buchowski. Mac received his education and his PhD from the University of Agriculture in Poland. He continued his postgraduate education at the University of British Columbia in Vancouver, Canada, Utah State University in Logan, Utah, and Cornell University in Ithaca, New York. In 1992, Mac came to Nashville. After 16 years at Meharry Medical College, he moved to the Department of Medicine at Vanderbilt University as research professor and director of the Energy Balance Laboratory. He also currently serves as the director of bionutrition at Vanderbilt University. So at this time, please welcome Dr. Mike Buchowski.
Good morning, everybody. So, the topic that we are going to talk about today is the laughter still the best medicine? Next. So, we know that our lives have dramatically changed in few months ago because of the COVID-19, and we are all affected. The COVID-19 pandemic has potentially affected the mental, physical, and emotional health of many of us, if not anybody. The question would be then, would laughter and humor still be used as the, let's say, everybody said best medicine, although in medical societies, laughter is not used as really as medicine, but has some significant clinical outcomes. It is especially important that during this time to think about what physical and emotional benefits of laughter and humor are, and how we can get more of them into our affected lives. Next. We know that laughter is a unique human phenomenon with possible health benefits. These benefits are connected to many different situations, and we will talk about it a little bit later. Usually, average child laughs about 400 times per day, and the average adult laughs only 15 times a day. Next. Beneficial effects of vigorous laughter are attributed to reduced muscle tension, increased oxygenation of blood, exercising of heart, and endorphins production. Next. So what are physical benefits that they are known, researched, and known around scientific scientists? First, the laughter boosts immune system. And the reason for this is probably lower stress hormone levels. Next, it relaxes muscles that they are involved in laughter are different muscles, depends on what laughter is evoked. Next, it's also known, especially in some diseases like cancer, that laughter could decrease pain, and by decreasing level of endorphins, that they are chemicals circulating blood that coming to the brain could increase mood and in this way decrease pain. Laughter could also increase blood circulation, and next, by decreasing blood pressure and lowering heart rate. And finally, because of this, could prevent heart disease, because major causes of heart disease are actually increased blood pressure and high heart rate. For example, if we would like to look at what is good marker of increased on increased risk of heart disease would be to measure somebody's heart rate, and higher heart rate at rest shows us that the risk of heart disease is higher in this person. Next slide. Laughter also has several mental health benefits. Laughter lowers stress. Laughter also eases anxiety and fear in people, and this is probably why it is considered so important during the evolution in meeting other people. So laughter was like a signal of not ability or fight. Laughter could improve mood in people. Laughter could enhance resilience. Laughter could increase positive emotion, and we could think about this in ourselves, how often if we are laughing for whatever social reason or watching the movie, how positive emotion it could evoke. Laughter adds joy and zest to life, and laughter could inspire hopes. When we laugh more, then we think about better tomorrow. And especially, of course, in social situation, laughter could help us to connect with others. So, could laughter be measured? We did several years ago, we did a study that we tried to measure it because it appeared in literature that everybody talks about laughter as a nice way of increasing muscles, movement and other, but so the idea was that it should also increase energy expenditure. So what we did experiment with some and mixed sex diets of men and young women during viewing clips designed to evoke laughter. Next. So, but participants were unaware that laughter was a focus of the study. We tried to measure if the laughter evoked would be causing so-called genuine laughter or voluntary or fake laughter. And how it works that we showed them video clips, and depends on who was in the pair, if they know each other or they were only boys or girls, they reacted differently to this cues. And so it was done in whole room direct calorimeter, which is an instrument that you sort of close people with windows, but had a TV and very state-of-art acoustic recording system. And then we measure how much laughter they produce by measuring the acoustically how much of laughter they produce. And then we could compare this in the same time, how much energy above the resting, because they were resting, how much energy they produce. And these video clips that they supposed to evoke laughter, they were shown for 10 minutes, and then 10 minutes they were like a boring videos showing like Smoky Mountains or other very boring things. So, and we compare the energy produced by laughter with other miscellaneous daily activities like watching TV or without laughing or talking on the phone. And what they were results of this study. Next slide, please. That we found that genuine voice laughter could cause about 10 to 20% increase in energy expenditure and heart rate above the resting values. So we calculated that 10 to 15 minutes of laughter per day could increase energy expenditure by 5 to 10 kilocalories. One could say that is not much, because it's not, but if you go further and translate further, this may translate to annual weight loss of 1.5 to 1 kilogram of weight, which is, not very substantial, but is still measurable. Next. So people use different laughter intervention, and one that is getting popular is called laughter yoga. And I've never been to such sessions, so I'm not promoting laughter yoga here, but I think that is interesting ways that people are trying to use laughter to induce some psychological and physiological benefits of spontaneous laughter. It was introduced in India and then spread to United States and other countries. So we could watch this on this short video. So please play first video.
Laughter yoga is a set of exercises that is designed and geared for laughing for no reason. You don't need jokes or funny stories or comedy. It's for everybody and anybody can do it. It's based on clapping and then pranayamic yoga breathing and then laughing. It's based on the idea and the theory that if you laugh, the physics of laughing, your body will not understand whether it's genuine or fake laugh and will still benefit from it. It started in 1995 by a medical doctor called Dr. Madan Kataria from India. He developed these exercises and now it's spread around more than 60 countries, about 6,000 laughter clubs around the world. Now they've started using it at corporates, at prisons, for children, for people with special needs, for elderly people, because there are some exercises we do that will help the coordination of the eye and the movement of the hands and revive the memory, because laughter yoga helps in the flow of oxygen into the blood and the main organs of the body. I still feel people cannot get out of their comfort zone and they cannot get rid of their negative beliefs, and I thought laughter yoga will help them to feel free, to boost their self-esteem. So I combine the coaching with the laughter yoga to help people feel at ease and be happy and fulfill their aims and achieve their goals. I found that life is very stressful, especially with all what's happening around us. So people need some kind of exercise to laugh for no reason, to be more healthy, to have more energy in them. It's for any age, for anybody. Just bring your laugh and come along.
I've never done it before and I didn't really know what to expect. I'd heard a little bit about it before, but I wasn't sure. I'd never seen a session in action, and it was brilliant. I really loved it, and I laughed a lot more than I thought I would, and I didn't feel self-conscious, and I actually just felt a really strong bond with the people around me, even though I'd never met them before. And yeah, it was very relaxing, and it was really invigorating, and it's definitely something I'd like to do again.
Much funnier than I expected it to be. I laughed a lot. Initially I felt a bit self-conscious, but then I just couldn't stop laughing, and then I heard myself laughing, and then I had other people laughing, and then I nearly had a heart attack. And then, actually I haven't laughed like that in a very long time. I feel really chilled actually. I had a really stressful day, and now I feel very very relaxed.
It's the first time here. Before I had done in India, in Mumbai.
This would be my first time. I've done yoga before, and we had a small 10-minute session on laughter yoga, but I've never had a 45-minute full-on session. Just laughing my head off. I definitely go back any day, especially with my mom, because one, I've never heard my mom laugh so much. So it was quite a good experience, and it's something that we both can do.
So next slide, please. So it looks very entertaining, and so there are these laughter clubs. They are evolving around the world. I know that there's one in Nashville. I've never been there, but I remember there was a program about it in National Public Radio a few years back, and I was asked to say a few words during this program, but mostly was about this laughter club. And so this is the clubs that they are very similar to what we saw before, and the members are gathering 1 or 2 hours and laughter about 30 minutes if they want, and or more, with breathing and stretching exercises, and they is followed by medication. And actually, when I was preparing this talk, I was looking at the internet, and of course, you can get even be certified as a teacher in such clubs. So if anyone is interested, they could go to internet and find a way of doing it. So we would show now how this club works. It's somewhere in nice surroundings because they are palms. So especially now with winter coming, it would be interesting to watch. So please play this video.
You don't have to be a medical expert to know that laughter is good for the body and soul. And at this place, you don't even need a reason. Here's a tip. If you're having trouble, just fake it till you make it. Philippa Chalis is the founder of Laughter Clubs Victoria. Today's session is in Catani Gardens, St Kilda. This group meets here at 10 a.m. every Saturday morning.
We take our hands, heel and palm to the fingertips, and we simply clap.
Anytime we laugh, the feeling that something good is happening to us is instantaneous. That's why laughter clubs are becoming more and more popular by the day.
It is good for the breathing. I've got emphysema, and I've noticed my breathing is better when I have a good laugh. I've become more outgoing. I used to be very reserved and shy and very quiet. And,
Gosh, you would never think so.
It does free you up. It makes you much more lighthearted and less serious and more free.
Apart from all these bonuses, laughing just makes you feel good. And it's free.
How do I describe it? Kind of warm, fuzzy feeling.
Feel like you've got a lot more energy now?
Yeah, absolutely.
And this activity is open to everyone. Anyone of any age can take part. Do many men come down?
Unfortunately, no. We average, say, 12 to 15 people, and 3 of them might be men, yeah.
So what would you say to those men out there that are a little hesitant?
Oh, get down here. It's so good. You get to hang out with 15 women and you have a laugh as well.
Bit of a skeptic, so I wasn't looking forward to too much, but I have to say I'm very surprised. It definitely brings you awake, gets the blood flowing, makes you happy. It's really good. I recommend it.
Yes, come and join us.
Come and join in.
Funnily enough, we've caught the attention of a cyclist riding by, and he's brave enough to join in. I've just recruited a new member, guys! This is Andrew, and it's his lucky day. Little did he know he was just about to win Tuts Lotto.
We check our numbers. Ha, 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 ha.
What do you do then?
The funny thing is, when we're laughing, it's really like a form of meditation because we tend to focus on how we're feeling and what we're laughing at. Kaz uses a special laughter dance to start every day.
Ho, ho, ha, ha, hee, hee. Did it true? Ho, ho, ha, ha, hee, hee.
Why not give it a try when you wake up tomorrow and see how you feel? All this laughing really works up a sweat. So now I think it's time to cool down with a milkshake, a massage, and a good stretch.
Now see how high you can stretch up to the sky.
Laughter reduces stress, lowers blood pressure, boosts your immune system, improves brain function, and protects your heart. All the while making you feel damn good.
Laughter Club! Laughter Club! Yes, yes, yes!
Well, so as we see, it's not, the video is probably old because they don't wear masks or they don't have any rules of social distancing. So we have to probably wait with the claps for some time, but we could do it at home, I think, if anybody wants. So next slide, please. So what is humor? Humor is conceptualized as a temperament, coping strategy, ability, attitude, worldview, aesthetic judgment, character, strengths, and virtue. And next, please. In some assessment, the propensity to laugh is subsumed under humor. So humor is like a much wider than, so laughter is a part of the humor. So because this is a very multifaceted nature of the humor, there is no comprehensive instrument to measure humor, so nobody could measure humor as such. And next slide, please. There are some programs which are offered usually by psychologists or psychiatrists in different clinical situations. And this one that is here, and then would be one more. So it's so-called 7 Humor Habits program. So the rules or that they are introducing first is surround yourself with humor. Number 2 is cultivate a playful attitude. Number 3 is laugh more often and more heartily. Create your own verbal humor that you can share. Look for humor in everyday life. Take yourself lightly. Laugh at yourself. And finally, find humor during stress. And these are also very important. It was proposed by somebody, Richard McGee. Next intervention is intervention that was proposed for people in also clinical situation, and what they asked people to do, and it was a study, so-called double-blind studies that they asked people to write down the 3 funny things experienced during the day. The next was count funny things that they were happening during the day. Then applying humor, solving stressful situation in a humorous way. They asked people how they would resolve the situations that they were in humorous way. Next, it was solving stressful situation, humor in a humorous way. And after the study, they found that people who were using this, they were in better situation psychologically after the half year of using this method. So to finish a few final thoughts, there is a lot to be said about in our world today. We are in a very stressful situation. And although it is not definitely a cure, there is a strong evidence that laughter and humor intervention can help us cope with what we are experiencing. Fortunately, we have control of how much humor we create and bring to our world. And finally, we should share the playful sparks and let laughter spread. And next slide, please. And I would finish with this picture phrase from early 90s that we see Robert Williams, very young at that time, who is offering toilet paper to the thinker. And it is a very, I would say, timely picture that we could laugh at. And now, next slide, we would ask any questions if you have any, and we could go ahead with other part of the program. Thank you.
As we just mentioned, our Q&A is now open. If you are in the Zoom chat, please feel free to type your questions into the text chat. And Franco, this month's virtual assembly ambassador for the Zoom chat, will pass those my way, and I will relay those to Dr. Mack. We currently have no questions yet that I'm aware of. So if you have any, I'm going to give another 30 seconds for any questions before we move on.
Well, we could laugh during this time. Start sort of clapping in your house. Ho, ho, ha, ha, ha.
I'm going to say we have no questions this morning, Dr. Mack, so we'll just go ahead and move on. So we'll go ahead and move on to our moment of mindfulness. Generally, what goes on during this time is we have a moment where a lot of our assemblers actually take this as a moment of mindfulness. Some take it as a time to reflect on the assembly so far, and or a time to mentally, put themselves in a good space for the rest of the assembly. In either case, feel free to use this time as you wish.
I'm going to take that as a cue to go ahead. You know, I had a question about that laughter yogurt. Is there a place for the... I'm lactose intolerant, so I wonder if I could do like... Oh, never mind. I love to laugh long and loud and clear. I love to laugh so everybody can hear. The more I laugh, the more I feel with glee, and the more the glee, the more I'm a merrier me. The more I'm a merrier me. Some people laugh through their noses, sounding something like this. Some people laugh through their teeth, goodness sake, hissing and fissing like snakes. Some laugh too fast. Some only blast. Others they wait. Twitter like birds. Then there's a kind who can't make up their mind. When things strike me as funny, I can't hide it inside and squeak like the squeakers do. I've got to let go with a ho, 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 ho and a ha, 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 too. I love to laugh. Join me in. Long and loud and clear. I love to laugh. And it's getting worse every year. The more I laugh, the more we fill with glee. The more the glee, the more we're a merrier we. The more we're a merrier we. I'm glad you joined me today.
I don't know if I could ever get enough of that, quite honestly. But moving on, normally in this part of the assembly, and I think we figured it out by now, anytime that I host, things are not going to follow the regular course of an assembly, and no different here. We normally have our what we call a trying my best segment, and that usually involves one of our own telling us about a time in their life and how that time in their life went, lessons learned, things of that nature that normally pertains to the theme. But this time, we've put out a call for video submissions on our secret Sunday Assembly Nashville Facebook page. If you are not part of that already and you want to be, just feel free to reach out to, if you have a friend that might already be, reach out to them. They can send you an invite. If you don't really know anybody yet, you can send a message to the public Sunday Assembly Nashville Facebook page. We can get you set up there. But we put out a call for video submissions for recording a little joke on video. And our tech guru, Jason Panks, put all of that together for this segment. So roll that beautiful bean footage.
This joke comes from the philosophy book, Plato and a Platypus Walk into a Bar, from the chapter on logic. A New York city boy is walking through the swamps of Louisiana with his Louisiana cousin, and the New York City boy says, "Is it true that an alligator won't attack you if you're carrying a flashlight?" And his cousin said, "Depends on how fast you're carrying that flashlight."
Did you hear about the mathematician who's afraid of negative numbers? He'll stop at nothing to avoid them.
Just in time for Halloween, I have got a dad joke for you. Why do spiders spin webs? You ask, I don't know, and I say, because no one taught them how to crochet.
Hey, wait. How do ghosts travel? On freight trains.
How do elephants talk to each other? With telephones.
Oh! Okay. Why was the baby corn crying? He won't eat his popcorn.
How do you count cows? With a calculator.
Oh! Kill me here. What do you call a backseat driver with a map? A navigator.
Where do hamsters come from? Amsterdam.
I like that one. I like that one. Say, do you have any of those classic man walks into a bar jokes?
Yeah, I got one.
Okay, let's do that.
A man with authority walks into a bar. He orders everyone around.
Oh! Oh, that's good. All right, we're going to close it with this one. Two conspiracy theorists walk into a bar. Now, you trying to tell me that's coincidence?
Ba-dum-bum-ching.
Oh, man. Good.
See, I'm starting to think any one of you could have hosted this in my place. We would have been just fine. So we're rolling. We're on the downswing of this month's assembly. So we'll just jump right into our announcements. Every month since Sunday Assembly Nashville has went virtual, we have been sending a donation to we narrowed down to about 3 organizations, and we put things up to a vote as to which organization we give a donation to every month. And for this month, our 3 choices is the Comedy Gives Back COVID-19 Emergency Relief Fund. What this is, it's Comedy Gives Back gives small grants of no more than $500 to stand-up comics who are unable to work, but they must have been a working comedian for at least 1 year, have made a minimum of $12,000 and no more than $70,000 as a stand-up comedian, and can show proof of recently canceled shows. The second option, the Martin Stand-Up Comedy Grant, is very similar to that, but they offer $1,000 grants, and their qualifications include that the comedian in question must have performed at least 5 virtual shows, and they had to have to have started doing stand-up prior to January 1st, 2019. The third option is the Gesundheit Institute. This was founded by the real-life Patch Adams. They run a free clinic in rural West Virginia. They design projects to move the healthcare delivery system away from the corporate business context into models of compassion and service, and inspire people and communities to become principal agents in their own healing. You might want to take note of this code that is going up right now. That would be 8112395, and this poll will remain open until the end of assembly if you want to vote. So for our next assembly, that will be on Sunday, November 8th. Same bat time, same bat channel. We will have Anthony Magnabosco with us as our speaker. He is probably best well known for his work with street epistemology. Our theme for next month is why we think what we think. And we'll also have a Q&A with Anthony afterwards. So just like this month, if you want to be part of the Q&A, make sure you're on the Zoom meeting and we'll go from there. So we also have our Sunday Assembly Nashville board elections coming up. So I will turn things over to Kay Cho to tell us how that's going to go.
Ooh, that is not Kate. All right.
Go back. There we go.
Possibly?
We've at least got you on camera, Kay, so if you want to go ahead and
okay,
do your thing.
All right, here we go. All right. What's up, everybody? K Cho here. Just want to let you guys know we're going to be extending the deadline for applying for board member by another week. To be perfectly honest, why we're doing this is because we've only had one person apply for the position. And seeing as we have 3 open positions, it'll definitely be a shoe-in for anybody that wants to apply. So hopefully this will encourage some of you guys on the fence to apply. It's not as intimidating as it sounds, I guess. I'm a board member, and if you guys love Sunday Assembly as much as I do and want to just be more involved and help make some of the key decisions to help us be successful as Sunday Assembly Nashville, it's definitely something that we could use your help doing, because I know for sure that the more opinions we have, the more diverse opinions that we have, the more representation of our general populace we have, the better. So more the merrier. So I would highly encourage you guys to sign up. And if you guys want to sign up, please be sure to email me or message me or text me or whatever you want to do. It doesn't really matter. It's not super official. I will be posting at least on the Secret Sunday Assembly Nashville Facebook page and on Workplace to remind everybody of this information. And once we get all of the people that apply in another week, we are going to open voting. And as you guys know, we've got this whole COVID thing going on. The voting will be online. So I will be posting a link on Secret Sunday Assembly Nashville and on Workplace. And the voting will be open from Sunday, October 18th through the 31st. So please make sure you go in and do that. And of course, if you have any questions, just reach out to me. And once the votes are tallied up, next assembly in November, we will be announcing the new board members. So exciting stuff, guys. That's all I got. Appreciate it.
Well, I'm actually kind of thinking about sending you that info. I'll probably use smoke signals, see how well that works. But then, right now, I'm not sure would this be violating equal time laws? I don't know. Anyway. Sunday Assembly Nashville is entirely, volunteer led and funded through donations. And as our illustrious Lori Butler would say, that wherever two or more are gathered, there are expenses. So one of the ways you can set up donations right now is through PayPal, or there is a section on SundayAssemblyNashville.com where you can become a sustaining member. So basically, this sets up a set it and forget it with a recurring monthly donation, or you can go through, either PayPal or the section on the website. Just give a one-time donation of whatever you can do. And so right now what we have on our screen is if you are wanting to get involved in any way with the running of Sunday Assembly Nashville, these are our various departments. Of course, we have Jason with production, Stephen with music, Brenda with our Live Better committee. This basically kind of goes out so you know what kind of events we can put together. Related to that, Kate Turner runs our Help Often committee. This is the committee that really determines things that we can do as Sunday Assembly to help our community and beyond. And our Wonder More committee with Nicole and Teresa, they kind of help lay the groundwork for the main Sunday Assembly programs like the one you're watching right now. If you've been paying attention to this slide for the past couple of months, wait, wasn't there more names on this at one time? Yeah, mainly due to the fact that we're virtual. We had childcare listed at one point, but we obviously don't need anybody for childcare right now. And we had things listed for tech, but again, virtual, we pretty much have our tech crew set for what is needed for the virtual setup. But we had a slight last minute addition that didn't quite make the slide this month. We are looking for social media volunteers to kind of help, run the various social media pages, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, those sort of things. We don't have a contact person for that just yet. So if you are interested, you can post that into one of the Sunday Assembly Facebook groups, or there is a Get Involved section on SundayAssemblyNashville.com. You can go there to drop that in. And speaking of social media, we have our pages on Facebook. We have our Sunday Assembly Nashville public page, along with our secret Sunday Assembly Nashville, which is, where some of the deeper conversation happens. On Twitter, we're at Nash Assembly, and on Instagram, at Sunday Assembly Nashville. And our closing thoughts. I hope that you have exactly what on a chain and can keep that with you going forward. And I'm actually thinking about adding that, that ho ho ha ha hee hee dance to the tri-brown moose induction. We might see how that goes later on. And so before we switch to the last song, again, the last time I hosted, I kind of dropped in a ancient Roman history joke. And Stephen Phelps kind of laid down a challenge for me. It's like, put in another history joke this time. And, of course, challenge accepted. And so like, okay, where do I want to go with this? And so I started looking at my other favorite areas of historical study, which are the American Revolution and the Civil War. Well, I generally don't find those very funny. So I went with another period. And so the big question here is, why is the period of European history between the 5th and 14th centuries referred to as the Dark Ages? There were so many nights. So, live better, help often, wonder more, and remember that April showers bring May flowers, but May flowers bring smallpox.
Damn.
Take us away, Stephen.
All right. Thank you, Josh. I'm going to steal that joke and use it everywhere I go. I think maybe there was an event that came up just before we go into this last tune. We are going to try an outdoor meetup. Look on the meetup site, and I think you'll see that we're going to have a little picnic. It's going to be bring your own thing, socially distanced, wearing your mask. So it'll be over here at the Two Rivers Park. If you'll check Meetup for the details on that, that'll give you a chance to actually see some of those folks that you've been missing so badly out there. All right, here we go. Sing along with us at home there if you would like, and we'll kind of get that collective thing going with this one. I believe in good. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. I believe in good. Oh, I believe in good. I believe in being good and doing good just for goodness sake. Good makes the whole world better. Good is great, and I believe in harmony. Respect for all humanity. I believe that we will find the only truth we need, living this one life by this one creed. I believe in good. I believe in good. I believe in good. Oh, I believe in good. I believe in being good and doing good just for goodness sake. Good makes the whole world better. Good is great, and I believe in harmony. Respect for all humanity. I believe that we will find the only truth we need, living this one life by this one creed. I believe in